I spill it on my dress with the gold lace trim. Not very prim and proper. Can't make me stop. I wanna go hunting any takers. I'm not fake, cause I've got acres and acres. Paid for with my own riches. Where my hounds at, release the bitches.
Right then, hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Carrie and today I am continuing, or realistically doing my first Renaissance video themed, Renaissance themed video of the month. So for the month of September I decided Renfest was cancelled. I was going to read Renaissance timed books, and I realized that I really wanted to do the 6-book tag Anne of Cleves. Because I am me, I own an Elizabethan style dress. This is accurate to an extent. I mean, it's a replica, the sleeves are sewed on, and it's, you know, all one piece. Gorgeous. Victorian choice. Go check them out, they're fantastic. And I am actually drinking mead, apple mead from Jaybird Wines, which is Renaissance Festival's supplier of mead. But I just really liked the idea of opening a video this way. And also Anne of Cleves is my second favorite of Henry's wives. Anne Boleyn obviously has to be the first, but Anne of Cleves is a very close second. Followed by Catherine Parr, Catherine of Aragon, Jane Seymour, and Catherine Howard. In that order. If you want to know why, let me know and I can make a video discussing why I prefer the wives in that order. But anyway, also my old boss got me this wine glass that says Brains of the Operation. She thought I would thoroughly enjoy it, and I do. So, cheers to that. Anyway, let's get into the questions, shall we? And the books. First question, if I can, actually get there. A character with the best insults. That I do not spill my mead, because that would be unfortunate. Hold on. Queen's Hunt servants for these. I went with the Athena Chronicles. I have lent out the first one of this, so I only have the second, and that is European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman by Theodore Goss. This is actually, I think, my favorite of the series anyway. But this follows the daughters of such monsters and villains as Dracula, Frankenstein, Dr. Moreau, etc. In the first one, they all meet. In the second one, they go traipsing through Europe for things that are, spoilery, so I won't tell you. But the banter in this is just fantastic, and there's one, the daughter of Jekyll, who just is constantly insulting. She's honest to a fault and just cutting. Catherine, daughter of Moreau, is also just super cutting and witty and clever, and I love it. So this one definitely has to be the answer for that. One, a book series that you love but you don't like the author. Is there another answer right now? Because Harry Potter, but J.K. Rowling is the biggest of all assholes and transphobic. So there you go. Number 3, a book or series that you love but didn't like the cover. For this one, for the most part, I really like the covers of most of my series. There's a couple that I'm not big on, but to be fair, like the Selection, I just hate this series in general. I can't stand it. I still own it because I don't like unhauling books. I've done it, I regret it, usually. So for the most part, I either like the author or don't mind the author, but hate the series. But for this one, I actually ended up going with 3 Dark Crowns by Ken Blake. Now, if you've been with me for a little bit, I'm not huge on this series. The first one was, I think, my favorite, and then it just went downhill from there. It got too complicated, the romance became too heavy, it got boring really fast. So I Also, don't really remember the question or why I'm telling you about this book. Oh yes, book series that you love that don't like the cover. That's why. This book specifically, the cover makes sense to me. Even the next one makes sense. But then the numbers no longer match what's on the cover. So with this one, it's 3 dark crowns. They've got 3 crowns. The next one is, I don't know, 2 dark thrones or something, and there's 2 of that, or 1 dark throne, and there's 1 throne on it. But then it goes to, I don't know, there's 5 dark something and 4 dark something, and there's like 2 and 7 of something on it. And at what point does that make sense? You know, if you're gonna start out the series that way, bloody match it, will you? Ever so slight problem with that. The next one, favorite author not from the UK or the US. This one was really easy, and if I can get it, this is why I don't sit down for my videos. It is Wilbur Smith, hands down. This is his autobiography called On Leopard Rock. I have several of his fictions up here. They are all historical fictions. He's got one set in Egypt and one sort of set all around in Africa and Europe, and they follow different, well, the Courtney series follows the Courtney family through history, and it's really fun. I like it much better than, say, Outlander, because it doesn't follow the same 2 damn characters to whom everything happens. He's really clever in the way that he does his books. But the question was not what are his books. The question is where he's from. And he is from Central Africa. So neither the UK nor the US. Number 5, your favorite character who's here for a good time, not a long time. This absolutely had to be Mia from Nevernight. She is here for a good time. I mean, her definition of good is all the sex, all the booze, and all the death. So when you're training to be an assassin, that's the best time. And birth, life, death, guys. So it's amazing. I adore these books. I just reread them again, and this is actually the Illumicrate version with lovely black sprayed edges and signed by the author. So definitely Nevernight. And then the last question, my lovelies, if I can get my phone to open, which is very incongruous, but to be fair, I'm filming this on an icon with a ring light, so I mean, also incongruous. If I really wanted to be Renaissance about it, I'd have to use cameras and on a stage. And it wouldn't be the Globe because it wasn't around and Shakespeare wasn't born yet. Lots of fun things. Anyway, number 6. I'm the queen of the castle, get down, you dirty rascal. Favorite kick-ass female character. Now, for this one, this also had to be, I don't know, obvious to people who know me. Or know my taste in books. And that, of course, is Graceling by Kristen Kishore. She's coming out with a new one. It's called Winterkeep in January. I have it on pre-order, and I am so excited for the new covers. I am definitely getting them. I'm also contemplating getting the Australia ones because also gorgeous. Anyway, kick-ass female character. Katsa is amazing. She's a Graceling, so she has a special power denoted by her 2 different colored eyes. And she goes on a quest with a prince of a neighboring land to find out who kidnapped his grandfather. This, I think, is probably the first book that I read with such an amazing female character. The romance wasn't forced, it was friendship first. He was super respectful. I'd never read a book that hit me as much up until then. Which, I mean, is saying something because I've been reading since I was born, or that's what my family says, which makes sense given all the books I own. And I read this in, I want to say 9th or 10th grade. So 9th or 10th would mean I was 14 or 15 for those of you outside the US. And I still love it. I have read it at least 12 times, and it makes me so happy every single time. No flaws. I mean, I'm sure there are flaws, but I don't see them. Which is a flaw on my part if there are flaws, but I love this book, and so nostalgia, I'm sure, blinds me to some extent. Also, the author's actually just a human being, which is lovely. Anyway, that is the tag. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Every day, head back for a round of croquet, 'cause I'm a player. And tomorrow, I'll hit replay you. You said that I tricked you, 'cause I didn't look like my profile picture. Too bad I don't agree. So I'm gonna hang it up for everyone to see. And you can't stop me, 'cause I'm the queen of the castle. Get down, you dirty rascal. Get down.